No, I mean, I made Roddy Piper cry.
Is that right?
Story, yeah. I punched him right in the balls. Think I give a shit? I'm abrasive. No, when I do zingers, you guys are supposed to AWO chants. I was a great, no. Yeah. No, it was actually Sal and I, when his book came out, we went to, this was when Planet Hollywood was still in Times Square. Oh, I think it's actually still, anyway, he had a book signing there, and we went, and we waited online for like 2 hours to get up to him, and we got up, and he started signing. He was there with his son, and I said, hey, he was always my favorite, always. I said, you know, I have to tell you, you know, you've always been my favorite, and my father and I, we never really were too close over our lives, you know, sometimes were, sometimes weren't, but I was like, but the one thing that always brought us together was you, and you know, he would bring me to meet you and do signatures at signings and stuff like that, or whatever, and we would talk about you, and we just always bonded over you, and he's just listening, and he just starts crying, and his son like puts his hand on his shoulder, and I was like, holy fuck, is he sick? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is everything all right with the guy? Because that's a real emotional response. But then his son was like, you have no idea what that means. Like, his father-son stories gets him every single time. It was just like the warmest, nicest fucking experience that I had.
He totally was. He totally was. He's talking about the nicest guy. Q went before me. So I was next, and they were all crying, right? So I had to go up now, and I had the same story about my dad. So I went up there. His son was there. It was real emotional. He was emotional. We watched him be emotional for 2 hours. And then I get up there, and I'm like, listen, I want to tell you the same thing. I was at WrestleMania 2, ringside, on my dad's shoulders. You are my favorite wrestler of all time. He grabs me, squeezes me, starts crying. He continues to cry. His son's teary-eyed, so I start crying. After about 10 seconds of silence, he pulls me back. He goes, when did you lose Dad? And I go, oh, my father's fine. We had tacos yesterday. Like, if I gave you any impression that he wasn't with us anymore, is that why we're crying? It was very weird.
Also, there was a pass it back. Roddy Piper loves stories about you and your father, and then everybody is talking about their stories. Has this emotional bond with him. Roddy Piper actually, he texted me once and he said, "Hey, Colt, I love you," and I was just like, "Oh, Roddy, wrong Colt. This is Cabana. His son is named Colt also."
I like to think he's like, no, I love you. I love you too.
You're like new phone, who dis?
Yeah.
Boom, boom, Cabana. Boom, boom, Cabana. Boom, boom, Cabana. It's Cabana.